Hi and welcome to a much requested little series of videos detailing my everyday makeup look. People often ask what I do day to day. So this is all about my foundation and concealer routine. There's my little Technique version of Beauty Blenders. And here's a primer that I've started using. I'm going to list it down below, but it's from The Ordinary, which is a really exciting brand that I'm going to do a whole video on. But basically I've got a naked skin, cleanse, tone, moisturise, and now I'm applying a primer to my forehead and my nose and my chin. These are the areas where my makeup can separate and start to come away a little bit, because those are the areas I'm a little bit oily. And I am also putting a little bit of that primer on my throat, because although I only put minimal makeup down there, it does have a blurring effect on the fine lines. And normally I would wait a couple of minutes for my primer to dry. That's a little tip, always let your primer dry, but I speed it up then. I went through a lot of these products on a previous video where I talked about all the products that I use for my foundation, so you can refer back to that video. But this is Stay Don't Stray, which is a lovely priming concealer from Benefit, and I'm going to speed this bit up here because I really pat it in around my nose because I have really open pores and I want to fill those pores, and this primer doesn't budge, keeps on makeup all day. So lots and lots of patting, bit boring, so I speeded it up. All done. A little bit of drying again, let your layers dry. You can speed it up like I've done with a bit of a flap. So that little tiny sponge, now I'm going to go into my actual concealer. This is the Dermacol concealer, incredibly pigmented. And to keep hygienic and also to use a minimal amount, because it's so highly pigmented, I just put the tip of my sponge into the tube. Again, I've speeded this up because there's lots of patting. I always use my little Technique Beauty Blenders damp, because you don't want the product too thick in any one place, and the slightly damp Beauty Blender does do a really, really nice job. But you'll see I'm bouncing. That's how you use these sponges. You don't drag the makeup. You just pat into place. Now I am using this concealer first because it is waterproof and budge proof. You can conceal afterwards if you're using a liquid foundation, as I'm going to, but I find this concealer means that I have to use less foundation, and the less foundation you use, the less chance you have of your foundation sort of moving around during the day. So all concealed, so you can see my palette is starting to look a little bit brighter and more even toned. So just showing you there how soft the application sponges are. So I'm going to use the larger one now, and I'm going to apply my foundation. This is my Pierre René foundation. Again, gave some details about that in a previous video, but I will link it down below. This is a full coverage foundation. Again, it really is quite budge proof, and you can see I've speeded it up, lots of bouncing. I know it looks a bit like hard work, but if you want that flawless look, and people do say to me how nice my makeup looks, and oh, you've got really nice skin. I don't have nice skin, and you've definitely seen that I don't have naturally flawless skin. So if you want your skin to look more even toned, and let your features show, eyes and, you know, smile, then it is worth putting in a little bit of time. I do this every day, but I love makeup, and I'm facing the world in the salon every day. But obviously this is something you could do for special occasions if you didn't want to spend this amount of time. And if you just want an everyday quick makeup look, mineral foundation is brilliant. So there we go. All of my liquid products, my cream products, have been applied. So now I'm going to set my makeup. Again, this is all about keeping the product looking matte and not slipping and sliding around during the day. So I'm using the Effect setting powder that I got in my glossy box the other day, if you've seen that video. I absolutely love this powder. You'll think that I've gone a bit mad because I'm actually applying a lot. You can always apply an excess with a good setting powder. You apply it while your foundation or your concealer is still moist, still damp, and the powder then, a really fine powder, will melt in and sort of bond with your concealer and your foundation and really keeping it looking matte and budge proof all day. And you'll see in a minute I'm just going to brush away the excess. And you can't really see the powder, you can just see this nice matte finish. So I'm patting it on with a flat little makeup sponge. You can pop it on with a little pad if that comes with it, if you've got a powder at home. So now you can see I'm just going to remove the excess with a big soft brush. Found my brush. There we go. And you can be fairly firm with this. We're not sort of tickling the face. Everything is now sort of merged into one. So there's a lot of product onto my skin, but hopefully you'll agree my skin still looks like skin, just a lot more of an even canvas and ready for the colour, which I'll see you with in the next video.